Alright, it's time for another video. Wanted to do another review of this bike, how I'm liking it, and dive in a couple of issues that I've had with this bike. I've got 1,100 miles on it, and the bike's great though. It really is. Even though it has a few cons about it, I would definitely buy this bike again. I do mainly on-road riding. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why I bought this bike. So the seat on this bike is extremely hard. I have a cushion on top of it. Now I have all intentions when my upholstery shop opens back up. Unfortunately they're closed because of the COVID-19 deals got going on, so I just have a cushion on top. I will be getting that reupholstered and adding some more cushion to the top because it's just not comfortable on long distances. The suspension is not bad. It rides pretty decent off-road. The knobbies on it does help. I have taken it off-road and it does alright. It's not insanely great off-road bike, mainly because the tires are not extremely aggressive, but it does this, it does what it needs it to be. But as far as an on-road bike, this one's pretty good. It's happy around 50-55 miles per hour. It sounds good, rides good. Anything more than that, I mean, I've topped it out at 67. It's in higher RPMs. You will feel some vibration in the foot pegs and a little bit in the handlebars. Not too bad in the handlebars, but definitely in the foot pegs. I recommend getting you some boots and stuff if you're gonna ride. That's what you should be riding with anyway, in my personal opinion. But it's not bad. I would recommend, if you're gonna be doing anything over 55 miles an hour, I would recommend doing a sprocket change, which I will be doing in the future to lower the RPMs. That way I have a little bit more top end when it comes to the RPMs. I want them a little bit lower. That way I can conserve gas and it's not so as harsh on the motor. The tires on this bike is not bad. Like I said, they are a little bit knobby, but they're not too bad where on road is a pain. Like I said, I have 1,100 miles on this bike. The front tire still looks right at brand new. The top of the little designs on these middle part of the pegs are just starting to wear down a little bit. The back are almost to the wear bars. Not too bad. I was kind of expecting around 1,500 miles out of the tire based on how I ride. I have gotten a nail in the tire. It actually went through the tire and the tube, and it left me stranded. Luckily, it went down at work. So that leads me to my next point. This kickstand is entirely too low. Okay, if your back tire goes down, you will not be able to prop this bike up with your kickstand. You either have to raise the front tire, lean it up against them, or lay it down. If you lay it down, your fuel's going to leak out the top of the gas thing. That is a negative part about that. If you do a lot of off-roading and you do log hopping or anything crazy like that, it's going to get caught down there. Now there's some videos out there on YouTube where they cut it off and raise it up. However, I'm not going to do all that crazy mess. I'm just going to get an adjustable kickstand. That way, if I do put some tall knobby dirt bike tires and rims on this thing, because right now this is a supermoto setup, so it's got the 17-inch rims on it, front and rear. But I am going to get an adjustable kickstand. That way I can raise and lower it to the way I'm riding. Okay. It does come with a sensor on the kickstand, which only allows this bike to start if the kickstand's up. I didn't like that, so I took it off. Just unplugged it and removed that. Okay. Which was pretty easy. It's going back to this tire with the nail. The nail went in the back tire. Had replaced the tube and went and got the tube put in it, and probably 4 days later I had another leak somewhere. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is there was maybe some dirt or something in the valve stem area, because once I've aired it back up, I have not had an issue with it leaking back down. But like I said, that thing went down, and when it did, it laid over on the parking lot thanks to that kickstand being so high. Now, it didn't break nothing, but it did kind of mess up the rubber grips, which I plan to replace these grips anyway. The grips work fine. I'm just going to do some different colors, kind of change it up a little bit. And it kind of scuffed up the plastic right there, but that's it. It didn't mess up anything else though. I was very impressed. It didn't break anything. So even though it did land on asphalt, it didn't bust anything. So I was pretty blessed about that and happy about that. When you buy these dirt bikes or supermotos, whatnot, they are going to come super lean out of the box. Now, I'm 60 feet above sea level, and what I did to fix mine, because the stock carburetors, they come with tamper-proof screws, so you can either take a Dremel or a hacksaw and get into the tamper-proof screws and the brass cap that's on the mixture screw. You can get into the stock carb. However, I just went in and went on eBay and got I think it's through Monster Scooters or something like that, a aftermarket PZ30 carburetor. It comes with the normal screws, and actually the mixture screws extended out from the thing, so it makes it a little easier to adjust. I jetted it, which I didn't go up that much. I just went to a 110. These bikes stock come with a 109. But from where I'm at, 110 works good, and I went down one clip on the jet needle, so that gave me a little bit more of a richness from the prop. So definitely better for sure. It runs fantastic. I have the mixture screw out 3 turns, right at 3 turns on it. Anything more than that, I'd recommend changing that pilot jet. But super cheap to work on, as far as the parts and stuff for these bikes. This is a Honda clone. That's one of the reasons why I bought this, is because it was a Honda clone. Other than that, brakes are not too shabby. Tires are not too shabby. It does have the digital gauge. Now, I ordered mine through Family Go-Karts. And it comes with your signal indicators, neutral indicator, digital dash, fuel gauge. The tank is a flat bottom tank, okay? There's no reserve. So when that thing starts blinking between the second bar and the last bar, it starts blinking on that last bar, you need to find you a gas station. You still got some fuel down there, but I wouldn't push it too much. I haven't ran this thing out of gas to see what its max is. Now, once I get me a back rack put on there, I plan to run this thing out of gas with normal driving to see how far you can really go with this bike. Is electric start, and it does have a Kickstarter just in case that does fail. Some people are replacing the batteries on these things. Eventually I will replace mine. The battery works off fine. It's not a gel battery. People have been putting the gel batteries. I like the feature of a locking gas cap. That was nice. Of course, it has LED turn signals. Headlights are great. Tail lights are great. It's an LED tail light. Okay, the brake lamp, the tail light is the only thing on this bike that's not LED, which is kind of surprising. Eventually I'll be changing that bulb out, because I did have the stock bulb blow on me. Other than normal oil changes, chain adjustments, I haven't had any other issues out of the bike except my ignition coil. Okay, it was loose from factory, gave me issues. I tightened it up. Also, the other day I had another issue with the bottom wire on it's the yellow and green wire from factory, or it was loose. I took it off, brushed it up, put it back on, crimped it down, took care of the issue with there. But other than those issues, I mean, that's it. Not a bad bike whatsoever. The rear shock is adjustable on this thing, so you can kind of adjust it to your ride height and comfort or whatnot. I did have to adjust. There's a bolt right here, and when you press your brake, it turns your back tail light on. I did adjust it out where when I just barely touch this right here and press it down, that light comes on. I want people to see me. I'm eventually going to be adding another backup brake light on this thing, but future mods to come. The exhaust, I'm very happy with the exhaust. This thing sounds righteous. So I do have another tire on order for the backside. It is a Michelin Anarchy Wild for this 17-inch rim. It's a 130/80 R17. I figure once that Anarchy Wild goes down and it's run pretty much flat, the front tire on this thing will be close to being worn out. Then I'm gonna go ahead and replace them both with true Supermoto. I'll probably do some I haven't really decided on what tire brand I'm gonna go with, but it's definitely gonna be a street tire, because like I said, I do mostly on road. I commute back and forth to work to save some gas. If you follow my channel, you'll know I have a Hemi, and it's an awesome work truck. It is a great truck. It's nice, runs good, but it's not the greatest on gas. And this thing right here gets like 55 miles per gallon, and it's just a natural therapist for me. Nothing like two wheels, the brotherhood. Well, there it is. If y'all have any questions, comment below. Subscribe to my channel, helps me grow. I sure appreciate all the subscribers I have. And like I said, y'all got questions, y'all know what to do. Until the next video, peace.